I was just thinking about how we have really fallen off as Christians. Back in the day, the first time Christians, they used to test all things and investigate all things against the Word of God. Now, as Christians, we have become so lazy. We just accept what the world has to offer us on a platter. And I think about, for example, the President of the United States. Before he goes anywhere, and I mean anywhere, his security detail knows in advance where he will be, and they go ahead of him and they ensure that the roads are clear, whatever room he's going to be in is secured, and they do their very best because their duty is to keep the president safe. And this has always been how it is with monarchs and presidents and prime ministers throughout time. Even when they're about to eat, they would always have someone to test the food so that they wouldn't get poisoned, whether they're eating or drinking. And as Christians, we have that tester for us. That tester is the Word of God. Before we engage in anything, before we eat anything, before we follow anyone, we should ensure that we have tested the doctrines and the principles against the Bible. But what we have now is that we are blindly following people jumping off a cliff down to our eternal doom without doing our own investigation. That is not how it should be. God calls us up higher, to a higher standard as Christians. We are called to glorify God in all we do and in all we say. I was reading, I can't remember if it was in the book of Numbers or Exodus, somewhere there. And I came across this verse where it says that when the children of Israel were going through the wilderness, the Lord went before them to search out and see where they should pitch their tent, like where it was best, where it was safest for them to pitch their tent. If we allow the Lord into our life to guide us and to give us discernment, He will give us the knowledge to know what is right and what is wrong. Because there are some things that at the very first appearance will appear to be true and honest and worthy of our engagement, but when you test it against the Word of God, you will see that it is not in alignment with God's will. So Christians, I encourage you to do an audit of your life. See if the things that you're doing and the principles you're following are in line with the Word of God, whether it is how you're dressing, how you're eating, what is your entertainment, the holidays you celebrate. Do everything and test everything against the Word of God. God bless you.